right, we back. I am Jae Millz.
And I am Dana.
And this is Jana After Dark with Jana.
You doing an echo for yourself?
I don't know. I thought I was just doing, I don't know. I was just trying something just now. It was fire. It was fire. All right, we lit. This is episode 11
Yes.
of Jana After Dark. How you feel?
I'm good.
Got to ask my baby how she feel. It's Ramadan. You know what I'm saying? We losing weight. I feel like when Ramadan is over, I'm coming out with no shirt on. I'm sexy.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Well, you've been telling me I've been getting a little right. You can't fault me for feeling myself when you're the one pumping me up.
I'm supposed to pump you up.
All right, well, I'm supposed to be feeling myself then.
All right.
All right, well, here we are. But you still didn't tell me how you feel.
I said I'm good. Episode 11.
Oh, see, I'm so energetic. I must have missed
He's
that.
so into himself right now. You know?
I'm so into you.
Oh, okay.
So you got your hat
Good
going.
flip.
Good
Yeah.
hat.
Willy Wonka vibes.
I don't know if I could pull that one off yet. So you got you got some, you know what I'm saying? I'm just got ears and waves. So it's just
Ears and waves.
the hat just gonna swallow me, but you look good.
Thank you.
You know? So it's a lot going on. First of all, we apologize for last week. That was my fault. I had a lot going on. I'm working on 4 projects right now. 4 different projects. So sometimes I think I put a little bit too much on my plate, but
A little.
a little bit too much. I'm a Virgo. Sometimes I think I could do 26 hours of work in 24 hours. I think
More like
that's
5 hours in your brain.
I think that's my problem. But a lot of things been happening in the world.
Yes.
We're not gonna hold back with not talking about certain things because we know certain people, you know. So Homeland Security ran in Diddy's cribs, plural. That's a lot.
A whole lot.
Yeah, we was in the crib and I'm not about to get into the whole specifics of who did what or whatever. God gonna handle whatever God gonna handle. So that's just that. But I do feel like when Homeland Security get involved, that's like different. That's like you think of that when you think of like terrorists and stuff like that. So to see them running his Miami crib, the Los Angeles crib, and the New York crib simultaneously, same time, and we're in different time zones. That's what would hit me like, yo, this was super planned out. This was super mapped out. This wasn't something that they just, it happened on a Monday, early on a Monday. So, yeah, man, it's definitely a serious thing. Of course, you see people cracking their jokes and and everything is a joke these days. The most serious thing will turn into a joke on the internet. So, of course, everybody, you know, they cracking their jokes and they doing this. Some people taking it serious, some people not. But I think for Homeland Security to be running in somebody's house, all of their houses at the same time, the same day, that's a little bit more than what we've seen. You know, I want to keep it on music. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a musician. I'm in rap. So I want to keep it in music. This is like when the feds ran in the Murder Inc. office. You know what I'm saying? We was younger, but to us it was like, oh, something must be serious if they ran into the murder. If they ran into the office. This is not the first time that we've seen somebody get into things with the law. But I think when we seen the feds run in the Def Jam building and take Irv and take them out in handcuffs, it was like, oh, this is deeper than the beef they got with G-Unit. You know what I'm saying? This is deeper than a rap beef you might have. Like, this is deeper than any sort of rap beef that Diddy might have had or any sort of little hip-hop thing that you might have going on. I feel like this is 100% different than that. And I just feel like this is something we never seen before. So I'm not here to crack jokes on it. I'm not here to say who should go to jail or who wrong, who right. God gonna handle that. I'm just saying this is just something that I never seen before. Like, with my own eyes in the years that I've been living, this is not something, I've never seen Homeland Security run in a musician's house. And we done seen some wild things with rappers, musicians, take it off rappers, entertainers. You know what I'm saying? We done seen some wild things with entertainers. But I've never seen like the Homeland Security get involved with it. So I don't know. I just want to speak upon that because I didn't want to come in here and act like it didn't happen or act like we didn't see it. Like, no, it stopped the world. Like, it was breaking news on all of the news channels. That's how we found out about it. We didn't find out about it because somebody hit us. And now we was in the crib just watching TV and it just said breaking news. And they just had,
Right.
yeah, it's a lot, man. So praying for everybody. You know what I'm saying? You never want to see people, kids in handcuffs. I don't know. It's just a wild situation. It's just wild.
It's just interesting to see. I think for us, because we grew up both fans of Puff. I'm gonna call him Puff because we grew up on him as Puff, and we watched him rise to fame, and then to see something like this happen, and like I told you before the other day, my main concern is always kids involved,
Yeah.
and the family members that it affects. So, my prayers out to everybody that's, been affected by this on either side.
Yeah.
I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to tell anyone
Yeah.
what they should be doing or taking sides, but I have a heart. I'm a mom to heart. So whenever there's kids involved and family members that get affected that didn't ask to be a part of something, that always have a soft spot for that.
Yeah.
So I take it very serious. Like you said, it stopped a whole bunch of traffic in a matter of like a few hours across the world.
Across the world. Everybody was talking about
and
it.
just for something like that so major to happen to somebody that we watch to stardom, over the years we grew up being a fan of and watching so many accomplishments. It just affected us all. Yeah. So not to say anything good or anything bad about anyone.
Yeah, we're not taking those
involved.
sides. I'm not saying anybody was right, anybody was wrong. This one is lying.
But he's just saying, like,
we wasn't there.
We wasn't there.
We don't know. So God going to
deal with
that.
But yeah, just to see, the effect that it have on families on either side. It's horrific, I would say, to describe it. And it was, very shocking that they handled the situation like that. Yeah. But, over the decades that we've been alive, we've seen some crazy stuff that hit the news.
Crazy.
You'd be like, this is breaking news. Like, so like I said, we pray that everybody involved, that, they're okay.
Yeah.
And that they can find a solution to the multiple issues that everybody are bringing to the forefront.
Yeah.
But it was definitely horrific to watch that in real time.
Definitely.
We watched a lot of horrific stuff over the years.
But that was wild.
That was crazy.
So we praying for everybody, praying for the kids.
For everybody involved, all family members.
All family members, the accused, the accusers, everybody. I'm not victim blaming, victim shaming. I'm not doing anything like that. So we just praying for everybody.
Yeah.
So let's bring it up. Let's bring it up to a brighter note. It's still Ramadan. We still getting our blessings by blessing other people. Some people are fasting more than others. Some people are doing the charity work more than others. Some people are out in the field a little more than others, but as long as you giving back in some way, as long as you showing how grateful you are for life and being able to just freely do a lot of the things that other people may not have the luxury to do.
Yes.
You doing
coming from
good
a good
this
place.
month.
Yeah, coming from a good place and your intentions are well. And we're entering like the last quarter of Ramadan, so it's a roller coaster ride every year.
How you feel? How are you feeling? Because I'm not gonna get up here and act like I just been 100% fasting and this and that. Some days I'm slipping. I give my blessings back in other ways. I'm donating. I'm doing other things.
Yeah, definitely.
Cutting back on a lot of things. It's not just the fasting thing, like I always say, but you haven't missed a day. Like how you feeling right now at this present moment? Got a week. Well, we got a week of Ramadan, a little over a week left. How you feeling?
Quarter.
How your body feeling mentally and everything?
I think my body got adjusted pretty fast this year physically. I'm just a little surprised it went by so fast. So I've been trying to just like do as much as I can do in the days. It's crammed into 1 week. So I'm just like, oh my God, we're almost to the end.
I always call you Superwoman, but sometimes I watch you and I'll be like, man, I know my baby's exhausted. That's why sometimes I just be like, you need help with something? No, you know what? Like the other day, we going to get to that too. That's one of the, that's the next topic. We might as well just go into that now. Like, you went out the other day with your sister. Shout out to your mom. Shout out to your moms. And y'all went to a concert. I'll let you explain the concert and everything. But I wanted to stay home with the kids. And this is a Saturday night too. This is me. Saturday night. Go ahead, babe. Go out. I got it. What y'all gonna eat for dinner? Don't worry about it. They good. Just go out. Go enjoy yourself. But I wanted you and your mother and your sister, I wanted y'all to all be able to go out and just have a moment. You know, y'all all fasting. Y'all all going to the masjid. Y'all going to Juma. Y'all going to prayer. Y'all feeding people. Y'all doing humanitarian day. Y'all doing all of these things.
Still working.
So I just felt like, yeah, I got the kids tonight. Get dressed up. Y'all go out. And y'all just go enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I think you was well deserving of not even just a night like that, as many nights like that as I can give you like that. It's no different than me. The other night I went to the studio. I didn't get home till probably, 1 something in the morning? Yeah. And I probably left at like 5. Now, normally to y'all, that's like, yeah, that's a regular studio session. But I work in the crib majority of the time. Yeah. So to go out to the studio and it's like 1 Sunday in the morning, she done took a shower, ate dinner, she in the bed by herself. She like, yo, what time are you coming in? So sometimes it's just cool for you to not have to drop anybody off at school, not have to pick anybody up from school, or take somebody to practice, or guitar practice, violin practice, football practice, basketball practice, cheerleading practice, track practice, or picking me up from the airport, taking me to the airport. You know, so I just wanted you to get out and enjoy yourself, and I'm glad you did enjoy yourself. And yeah, tell the people about your night out in the
so I went to
in
see
the city. In the city.
The Keyshia Cole concert.
Shout out to Keyshia Cole.
Shout out to Keyshia Cole. It was a great concert.
I would have went. Keyshia, I would have came out to see the show, but it was ladies' night, evidently.
It was definitely ladies' night.
I was home with the kids.
My sister surprised me with tickets. So it was K. Michelle, Jaheim, Trey Songz, and then Keyshia Cole.
Shout out to all of them.
Shout out to everybody. It was a really, really good show. My first time seeing, I want to say all of them except for Trey Songz. He's probably the only one that I have
we saw Trey
before.
Songz at the D-Nice, at the Hollywood Bowl.
And I've seen him in Hollywood
show.
before once at a club. I guess that was like a hosting. He didn't do like a full performance like years ago. But
Trey Songz got a good show too.
He has a really, really great show. Jaheim sounded really amazing.
I haven't seen Jaheim perform in a long time. How was Jaheim's set?
Jaheim was really good, and he sounded amazing. He sounded
always had a good voice.
And to my surprise, K. Michelle put on an excellent opening act. And I was surprised to see her as an opening act because I know she has so many albums and she's done so many different things. So I was like, well, why are they putting her as an opening act?
You know what it is? I think with K. Michelle, people got caught up in the reality show K. Michelle. And I think they forgot she could really sing. She really had some good songs before
I didn't think she could
all
sing.
The reality shows.
It was just that I feel like I witnessed that she made so many different types of music transitions to different TV shows and different stages in her musical career. Mm-hmm. So I to see her as an opening act, I just never imagined. But like I told you, I thought her as the opening act was ideal once I seen the entire show because she really got the crowd started. And the way she sequenced her songs and she kind of played the sample of whatever she was sampling in her song first and kind of got the crowd going and then went into her song, her version of it.
Good showmanship.
So it was really good. I understood why they made her the opening act, and I don't want anyone to think that I'm like shaming her for being the opening act. No, because you have to have an opening act.
Sometimes you can be a better act than the people that come on later in the show, but they may put you in the beginning of the show for the specific reason you just said. Get the crowd going.
Yeah, definitely.
Interaction, call and response. How y'all feeling tonight? Make some noise. Yeah. They might have if it's 6 people on the show, sometimes the third act might be somebody that probably should have opened up, but they needed to sandwich them in between people that can get the crowd going. And then when they get like a little, well, that was a okay performance. You hit them with somebody else that could bring it back up.
Well, I mean, I think it's like a disclaimer when people are the opening act. It's not always a great thing to artists, and maybe you can contest to that.
Yeah, sometimes it's like when I'm when I was doing a lot of the battle rap cards when I came back from like having my hiatus, and sometimes you would be the main event. And sometimes you would be the second or the third battle or the first battle. And I used to feel like, I'm a main event. I'm Millz. I'm Jae Millz. And it's like sometimes I remember Charlie Clips told me, shout out to my man Clips, and happy belated birthday too. I remember one time he was like, man, sometimes you don't want to be the last person on the bill, because if it was a really good card or a good event, good show, people, they kind of burnt out. They tired.
You do get tired.
So if you could get in, you don't necessarily have to be the first, but sometimes if you could be the first battle, when you get the crowd going, you set the tone.
Right.
So now everybody else that comes after you, not like it's a super competition thing, but in battle rap it is. I don't know about in R&B shows and stuff like
rap,
that.
How did,
In rap,
when
it's like,
people
yo,
used to come to you
I'm gonna
and
go
say-
first and set the tone. Now everybody after me got to kill it like I
Yeah,
did.
but in rap, thinking back when you were on tour with Young Money, being the opening act, how did you guys feel like when you guys would switch nights? How did you guys feel about who went first and who went last?
All right, so real quick, I'm gonna keep this short. When we used to do the Young Money thing, you talking about like before we did Every Girl in Bedrock, when
Right.
we was just coming out doing like Dedication 3 stuff.
How did you guys
Wayne
feel
and
about who went
Tez,
first and who
Wayne,
went second?
Tez, and Mac, they put together, and shout out to them, they put together like a cool little formula. So if we was in the tri-state area, let's say we in New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, or something like that. If three artists come out in the artist set at that time, it would probably be like a Corey Guns, Jae Millz, and Nicki.
But how would you guys feel about who went first?
At that moment, none of us really cared. We was just happy because it's like, oh, we in this now. But when we get to like Dallas, we all already knew. It was some nights I'd be like, I'm not even getting dressed tonight because we in Dallas. I already know who coming out tonight. Lil Twist is coming out last. I don't know who else gonna come out. When we get to like
But when you're in New York,
Shreveport, Louisiana, and all that, fam, don't get dressed tonight.
but when you're in New York and it's you, Corey Guns, and Nicki, how do you feel about who goes first?
At that time, it was so new to us to come out in front of 30,000. I don't care when I come out.
Okay, so it never was like
when
a
they
thing
say,
with you
when
guys.
Wayne say, when I say Jay, you say Millz, Jay, and they go crazy. Oh, I'm lit. Dun, 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 dun. I got it. Name it's from around the way. I'm lit. I don't care if I do first, second, last. I am shaking.
Okay.
I'm in the lobby after that.
Okay.
You was outside for some of them shows.
I was outside for the majority of those shows, multiple places.
But
that's
yeah,
not the point.
yeah, but it's
But I only ask because I know, like, shout out to my girls, but SWV and Escape, there was like a whole season beef about who was gonna headline the show. and who's
excuse
gonna,
my French, but Coco said it, man. I sold 30 million records, bitch. Yo, she said, what? Go what? Nigga, what? I sold 30. What? I was like, wow.
But I remember
I
that
get
being
it.
like a thing, and then I'm super excited because they actually made the tour happen, and I have to be
Yeah,
there.
it's
But I'm
like,
like super.
yo.
That's why I brought that up. But I'm super excited, and one of the things I said the other day was like, I'm excited to go. Heard the headline, like heard the whole lineup, and I'm
Yeah,
total.
I want to go. I definitely wanna go.
702, Maya, Escape, and SWV. So then I'm like, okay, wait a minute, Dana, you're excited, but who is the headliner? They never actually said who it is. So now I'm curious to see.
They may do it like that, depending on what region you're in. I think that's a dope way to do it. I think
So
that's
now
a
I'm
dope
curious
way to do
to
it.
see, like,
Unless they're gonna do the Drake versus Lil Wayne. I
Yeah,
always tell people
now,
that was
like,
dope. They was on stage at
because
the
I'm
same
big
time.
fans of both. He knows that. He knows that I love SWV.
Me
and
too.
Escape.
I love both.
So actually, I'm a fan of Maya. I'm a fan of Total 702.
Yeah,
Like, I love them all.
y'all not leaving
So-
me for that one. Y'all curved me for the Keyshia Cole, K Michelle, and it was a good show too. They came home, they was all excited. They was telling me this, and I'm like, oh no, I'm going to the next one.
So
We
my-
gonna have to find a babysitter. Anthony can watch Journey.
So now my thing is like, who's gonna headline, and does anyone feel any type of way if the other one goes for I'm just wondering. I'm
Yeah, the
curious
who
to
had-
know.
the
like
who
when
had-
the lights goes out,
The
who's
who
gonna
had-
come out first?
The who headlines the concert. I can see how that could be a thing. Then Monique and DL Hughley got into it behind that
They
about
got
the
into it
I
about
was the
that.
headliner and,
and
then
they
he
were
tracked.
comedians, so.
So it's
happens.
It's smoke.
And I'm
It
gonna be
smoke.
honest, not that I care who headlines because I'm there to see them both. I love, albums from both of them. So it doesn't matter to me. I'm not gonna love one more than the other because this one was headlining. But in the words of Ronnie DeVoe, you got to get your sequence in order.
Yeah, you got to. He told Candy, you got to get your seat. She said, "Excuse me." Don't ask me how I know all of these things from like SWV and Escape Show and
Because
Real
I watch
Housewives of
I watch
Atlanta.
them all. I watch
If
them all.
I'm in the crib and look, if not in the crib, if we in the bedroom and she has control of what's going on the God, like
But
that's
the
where I'm at with
Escape
it.
and the SWV show, they had the husbands on there, Todd, T.I. They were all, they were all a part of it. So
Todd from New York too. Shout out to Candy husband Todd.
yeah,
He-
shout out
he
to
lit.
Candy and Todd. So I felt like it wasn't such a female thing. And then you grew up on these people, so you knew the music.
Yeah.
So it was a big thing for me, and I'm very excited for this tour. I'm glad it happened. They have their original members. Like, I'm excited for it. I love to see that, years later, that I can still see them and sing those songs live.
Yeah. So shout out to 8 and 9. I want to say that. Make
Shout
sure y'all
out
go
to
over
8
to
and 9.
8and9.com.
Yes.
You can use our code Jana20, get 20% off. You see my
Yes.
baby. Got
I'm
her
blinking.
good.
Mine's is
Got a good 8 and 9
Yeah.
on. You know what I'm saying? I got
Mine's
my
is
good
blinking.
8 and 9 on, so make sure you go to 8and9.com.
Yes.
Jana20.
Yes.
Get your 20% off
Get
at
your 20%
8and9.com. This is the potent, you know what I'm saying? You go to potentdepot.com.
Yeah,
Get
mix
that
and
too.
match.
I ain't got no code for you right now because you could just the prices are the prices right now.
The price is pricing. Yes.
So we did an interview the other day with my man Knowledge Born Out Loud, right? Shout out to him, cool dude. Make sure you go over to YouTube, his YouTube channel, Do the Knowledge Radio. We did like 2 episodes
Yes,
with
this
him.
was our
We did
second
an interview probably like a month ago, and we did
Yes.
one a few days ago. So make sure you go check that out. The Jana After Dark interview with Knowledge Born Out Loud on Do the Knowledge Radio.
Yes,
Make
both
sure
episodes.
you go subscribe to his channel.
Yes.
Make sure you check out all his stuff. We're gonna start, doing it like that, man. Spread the love. So he was asking us some very interesting questions, right?
Yes.
And he was explaining to us how the episode of Martin where they was explaining how they met, right? So we could have came in and started the episode off with this. But I felt like this is going to be funny because we both have 2 different views on how we met. Mine's is like choppy, but it's funny sometimes to hear both sides of the stories because it starts the same way and ends the same way, but the
Well, it's from different
in-betweens of
views.
the story
It's from
is
different views.
interesting.
Yeah.
So from my point of view, I'm going to make it quick, right? We met on a Wednesday night in New York. It was a club called Miss. And this is when I was being a chicken head and I was going out every single night of the week.
His words, not mine.
I had an Impala with no sunroof, itchy seats. All right? No lever, no sunroof. This is what we doing. I was parking 4 or 5 blocks away from the club, walking back. You're not going to see what's going on with me. This is just where we was at with it right there.
But you had a car.
But I had a car. So as I'm walking back to the club, I see Dana. Now, I don't say anything because that's just the type of person I am. I was always the type of dude that'd see a girl, like, oh, she look all right. Wouldn't say nothing, though. In my mind, I done said wild things of what I would say. And now she probably getting off the flight or the train or leaving. I ain't say nothing. So I did that with her for about 5 blocks. Got in got in the club. Oh, that's the same girl from outside. Don't say nothing. See you at the bar. Get my Patron margaritas. Don't say nothing. Now I tell my man, yo, I just saw the girl from outside. Blah, blah. Didn't say anything. Rest in peace. I'm talking to DJ Big Cap, right? Rest in peace. Supreme Bigger Figure Big Cap. And DJ Self might have walked by too, right? Shout out to DJ Self. And in this moment in Miss, it was like the bathrooms was here, the DJ booth was there, the bar's there. And I'm talking to Big Cap, and she walks this way. Big Cap is right here. Dana walks this way. So I remember everything stopped. And I remember going like this.
As you're talking to him.
And then I heard what he said again. And then I came back and I'm like, oh. Now this is where it gets very choppy, right? Now this is where I need you to tell your story because my story ends right here. I know it's wild more left to the story. My story ends right here. I'm drunk at some point. Now in New York, they have these little halal food trucks that be outside at the end of the club. And I don't know why we eat that food. I don't know why we come out with a stomach full of liquor and then eat halal food right on the corner from the little truck thing. But I ordered some food. I don't remember what I said to Dana that closed the deal. I don't. I don't remember anything I said. I don't even remember how I got her phone number. Now, she remembers the rest of this story. But at this point, when I come out and the air hits me and the sweat from being in the club, when the air hit me, it got cold. I remember going to order the halal food and I'm waiting for it. And then I seen you. And that's it. We got kids now. We engaged. I don't know what I said to you that I don't know. But this is where now you can explain how we met.
Now you go with alley.
Because I do think that story was how we met, but I just don't remember the rest of it. I was so gone, I don't remember the rest of it.
Well, so it was at a Club Mist on a Wednesday.
Bada bing.
So we were on the same page.
Jay Holiday was performing too. Yeah.
Jay Holiday was performing big. I was in town visiting from LA, and it was two of my friends' birthdays. So that's how I remember the time frame and when it was. It was in July. And I was with like three of my friends, and then one brought a friend. And I remember we did park. I don't remember how far we parked from the club because you're claiming that you seen me walking toward the club.
We walked past about 3
So I don't
clubs.
remember. I know we parked on the street. We didn't park in a lot. And I do remember walking to the club. When we went in, coming from the car to the club, I don't remember seeing you guys. And I remember being inside.
I was walking behind you for like,
and I don't even remember
5
that.
blocks.
And it was
The
really,
pinstripe
I will say,
joint.
it was a night that was really, really crowded. It was in the middle of summer in July. It was really crowded in there. And I do remember
It
Jay
was July. I had a white Team Rock track jacket.
Yeah, it was July.
Jeans on.
It was July. And I'm
bugging.
surprised you didn't describe what I had on. But what I had on was...
I said I was walking behind you. You had the pinstripes on. You had like the little turtleneck type thing on. You had your hair up in a bun. Actually, you look just like this. That's what's crazy. I ended up getting this tattoo. I didn't even know her when I got this tattoo. This is exactly how she looked the night I met her. She had the two.
My hair was in a bun. No.
She had the 2 strands of hair like this with a bun. Ask me how did I what?
Well, it was covered. I didn't see it that night.
She didn't even know that was the tat, but she had on like this little.
I had like
a referee vibe thing going on.
It was a black and white striped pencil skirt. I had like black tie-up sandals and like a black tank top. And it was hot, so my hair was like pushed up in a bun.
See, I thought it was a turtleneck.
No,
I thought it was like.
It was kind of high though. It was a tank top.
Yeah, it was like a mock neck. See, I was there. I was there. I was paying attention.
We got inside the club. I remember Jay Holiday was performing bed. I don't even know he was supposed to be there, but we didn't know he was
This
there.
when people was performing from the DJ booth. So
and I remember
I want you to think
there.
Jay Holiday was on stage doing a set.
No,
like,
it was in a club.
He was up in the DJ booth with DJ Self or something like that.
And then I remember somewhere in between the night, I remember walking to the bathroom, Tara and myself. We walked to the bathroom, and when we came out the bathroom, that's when I seen you. And it was kind of like, we kind of passed each other. Well, I passed you. I just remember like walking past you with her and doing the same thing, like basically like you described. Like everything stopped and it was kind of like, we kind of looked at each other and it was kind of like a slow motion thing. I felt like everything stopped for a few seconds. And then it was like, okay. Like a scene you see in a movie where everything just gets quiet.
That's how I felt.
We looked at each other. And I was like, oh, he's looking at me. I'm looking at him. Okay. And then it was like, okay, he didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. So I just kept walking. And then he kept talking to whoever he was talking to. And then I remember just, doing whatever for the rest of the night. And then I remember when we came outside, we were like walking out the door, but you and your friends were already outside. Okay. So when we walked out the door, I remember as soon as I like looked in your face, you looked at me and smiled, and you was like, "Come here for a minute." And I was like,
brave. Hold on, I want to hear this.
Yeah, you was
part.
like, "Come here for a minute." And I looked at
Hold on,
Tara.
so this is outside, or this is like
outside.
as we're exiting, or this is like,
No, you
am
guys were
I
already
ordering
outside.
the halal food at this point?
I don't remember the halal food.
Am I on the corner or we in the front?
We in the front. You were already outside though, and we were like coming out the door. And then I remember you being like, "Come here," like you looked at me and smiled. And was like, "Come here for a minute."
I shot my shot. I
and
had
I remember
liquid
smiling.
courage. I was brave off that Patron.
I smiled and I looked at Tara and I was like, "He's calling me over there." And I was like, "Come over there with me." And she just kind of like stood to the side a little bit with me.
Tara, thank you for. Because if you would have been like, ain't nobody about to go over there and talk to that
she
nigga,
just like
she would have probably
smiled.
encouraged me. So Tara, love you, B. Thank you, B. You know what I'm saying?
So stupid. And then And you was like, how you doing? And I was like, I'm good. How are you? And you was like, I'm good. What's your name? And I was like, Dana. And as soon as you said,
Yo,
where
this
you
is
from?
this is at like 4 in the morning.
It definitely was late.
It
definitely was late.
When I parked the car, it was probably 12 something.
It definitely was probably close to 4 in the morning.
I watched it
on
for
a
like
summer night.
I watched you for about 4 hours before I even had the courage to say, "Come here."
Come here. And saying come here was
man.
only like a few feet away, but I remember everything was
Oh,
cool
man,
until
this
you
is
said, "Where are you
hilarious.
from?" And I was like, "LA." And you laughed like I don't think you believed me at first.
Nah, because at that point I'm like, oh, I knew it was too good to be
You
true.
was like,
This is why I was like,
And I was like,
pump
Tara,
faking.
tell him I'm serious. Like, I live in LA. And you was like,
Because at that point I'm like, oh, this ain't going nowhere. This ain't
I
going
took it
nowhere.
like you thought I was lying.
In my mind, I'm like, I don't know. You know what's so crazy? I don't remember how I maneuvered
And I was
through
like
this convo.
And I'm
so,
just like I was like the face. I was like, Tara, tell him I'm really. She was like, no, she lives in LA. She's just visiting. And he was like, oh, all right, well, could I at least get your number or something?
yeah, because at this point I don't want to. I'm crunchy.
Yeah,
at
your
this point
vibe
I'm
kind of changed at this point. Your vibe had definitely changed.
At this point I'm like, oh, this is man. We could go.
And I know your vibe changed because you didn't even give me your number. You was like, just give me your number. And I was like, oh yeah, he not even giving me his number. He kind of like offered this situation.
Because in my mind I'm like, Cali, like.
And I was like, he's never gonna call me. But I remember giving you Tara's number because I stayed at her house. I remember I gave you her number.
I did call though.
And you didn't call like the first night, the first day. So like 2 days went by. I remember I was at her house. Like 2 days went by and then you called. I remember she handed me the phone. She was like, I was like, for me? Like, really? I remember being like, hello? And you was like, what's up? And I was like, so you finally decided to call?
Look at the Gemini, yo. I've called. I'm here now.
You was like, I'm saying. You said you live in Cali. I ain't,
What am I supposed to do with that?
That was exactly the vibe I got.
And now we're here.
And here we are.
And now we're here. Whole moral of the story is I wasn't brave enough to say nothing. Probably because I had never seen her before. Like this night that we met was the first night we ever seen each other. It wasn't like she was a girl I would see her at the club on Saturday.
No.
Every other night we go out, or last summer I saw at La Marina. She was with, she was with these girls I noticed. Like, no, this was the first night I ever seen her, met her. It was like, yo, who's that? And for her, it probably was like, I'm not gonna say she knew exactly who I was, but I know for her, it probably was like, oh, well, he got a cool little swag. He different than the guys that I'm used to. And to me, it was like, well, she's different than the girls I'm used to. Even like the way you was dressed, like your whole swag. Like, I'm not
trying to say no about my
I'm not
swag.
gonna say it like that.
Look, you trying
No,
to
but
talk
there
about
were
little
girls that
tire
used to come to
sandals?
my house and they had beef and broccolis on.
No, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like they had the Jordans I had.
I'm pretty
like,
sure I had a Cali swag. I probably wasn't dressed like
Yeah.
too many people that were in there that night.
Yeah.
Not to say anything bad. I probably wasn't even dressed like my friends that I was with because that, it's just
Look,
just always been
sometimes you like what you like, and sometimes what's for you is for you. I don't think that I have to be the most magnificent man in the world to be that in Dana's eyes, and she knows she don't have to be that in my eyes. So it's crazy because that night I think I knew that. I always tell people, like the whole, do you believe in love at first sight? Like we just told y'all how we met, and in both of our stories, we have
met
that
each
moment
other.
where
Got
everything
quiet.
stopped, and it felt like everything got quiet and everything got slow, and then it sped up again and came back.
It did.
I don't got them stories with everybody.
No, I don't. Either.
Not
but I
with
do
everybody.
feel like it was it was meant to be. But when we talk to each other, we go over places that we've been over the years before we met up with each other or met each other. It's funny because we were in a lot of the same places at the same time, but we just didn't know each other. Like, it's crazy. Like,
It's
you went there
crazy.
too? I was at All-Star Weekend.
Well,
too.
I was
You
on All-Star Weekend in Vegas too. Like,
wait a minute. That year, I was there.
Look.
So, when you think about those things, it's like, okay, we were destined to meet at some point.
Yeah, definitely.
But it was cool that, how we met. It was organic. It wasn't like his boys was with him and was like, yo, I think you should talk to Shorty with the
Nah, it was.
skirt. Let me go hook you up.
It
wasn't like my friends was like, yo, you need to go talk
happened the
to.
exact way.
It happened the way it was supposed to happen. We both noticed each other and looked at each other the same way.
Yeah.
Which I think is amazing.
Well, jump in the comments and tell us how you met your partner. You know, whether you a dude or you're a female. Tell us how you met your partner. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. I definitely want to know how people met. Tell us the stories about how you met your partner in the comments.
Do you
right
think
now.
it was love at first sight? Like, you probably didn't realize that's what it was until you look back. But when you think back on it, you're like, okay, this never happened to me before. Not this way.
What do you think about, like, talking about how we met to now? You went with your son to pick out his prom outfit, like his suit. And like, I know, like, even though he's the oldest and he like the biggest person in the house, that's still your baby. You know what I'm saying? So we was just talking about how we met, and we were really kids still. You know, we were in our 20s, and he's about to be 19, and now he's going out to the prom. It's like, yo, Jay, you like this? Mom, you think these shoes? And you looking at him like, not only as your baby, but as like, like as a man, I'm gonna tell you as a woman, like what women like now. You know what I'm saying? And like, how did that feel? Like that whole
It's different.
thing.
It's different. It's exciting.
It gotta be.
It's sentimental.
Aww.
I'm very proud of him.
I'm proud of Ant too, man. Definitely proud of Ant.
It's different because you don't realize how much time went past. Like when I was looking at pictures for his yearbook, we did a page in a yearbook, and I was going through like old pictures. I was just like, wow, this much time went past. Like I remember taking him to get pictures for the first time and looking at his, his first grade graduation pictures and 8th grade and all the sports he played over the years, and just asking everybody for pictures and asking everybody to send me their quotes for the yearbook. Yeah. So it's sentimental, but in a good way.
Yeah, definitely in a good way.
You just don't realize how quick time passes until you start going through the pictures and videos, and you're like, wow, we're really at the 12th grade graduation in a couple weeks.
Getting ready for college. And
Journey's getting ready for middle school. Like this, I remember us taking Journey to her first day of school, so it's going by really, really fast. And I get when people say, like, enjoy each moment, because you're going through it, through the motions with them, doing the work with them. So it just seems like it's a long, long thing, but it's really not. It goes by super fast. You're going to look up and your son's going to go from playing Pee Wee League to now wondering if he still wants to play sports in high school and if he want to continue in college. And, they're going to be getting a driver's license, and now they're going to be driving you around.
Yeah, my man be driving. He be driving. He be like, Jay, you want to go somewhere? Be like, nah, I was in the garage the other day working on something, and she went to go pick him up from
track practice.
Track practice, and he was back in the range into the garage, and I was like, "You let him drive from school? Like you? Yeah. That's a drive.
It's a drive, and it's on the freeway.
It's rush hour.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, he did good. It's like, it's getting to that point, and it's just like, I don't know.
It's a good feeling. It's different because you're so busy in parent mode all the time. You're like, wow, we really got.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to step back and appreciate
each thing,
your child's growth.
Yeah.
And appreciate your growth as a parent. Yeah. Like we've grown as parents so much. Just even learning when it's like certain conversations, just like say that till we get upstairs. You know what I'm saying? Like because they smarter than we think.
Yeah.
Like after a while, they started to know like, oh, something must not be right with them because Jay's looking out this window and she's looking out that window, and they not even changing the music. They just letting the music play. Yeah. So it's growth on all parts.
All parts, and
shout out to everybody that's going to proms,
and getting ready for graduation.
Shout out to all of the parents that's getting their kids ready for proms and graduations and getting ready to send their kids off to college
or
and
to their
stuff
first
like
jobs
that.
Or whatever
the case may be.
Vocational school, or some of them are starting their own business, or some of them are joining the family business.
Yeah, everybody out there, y'all picking out your colors.
It's just so many different things.
Y'all getting your presentation right, how y'all gonna step in. Because I know when I was young, I wanted to make an entrance, so. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, like, now they got their colors and, but look, I know y'all be wanting to get places late, but just understand, y'all ain't adults yet. The club don't close at 3. You know what I'm saying? Y'all will be right at Cane's
Raising Cane.
Y'all gonna be at Cane's
In-N-Out.
and In-N-Out with y'all suits on at 3:00 in the morning, trying to still be lit because the
Yeah.
prom gonna be over at about 1:00.
Not even like 11:30, 12 o'clock, some places.
Yeah, but shout out to everybody that's
Yeah, congratulations.
congratulations.
If you made it to this point.
Class
It's
of,
a
what is it?
stepping
Class of 2024.
stone. Class of 2024.
Shout out to y'all. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, shout out to
Love
them. I was class of 01. This one was class of 2000. So it's, it's been a while for us, but we're excited to see the kids experience it. So
Yeah. So make sure you jump in the comments, like, share, comment, subscribe.
yes.
Let us know how you met. Let us know what's going on with prom season right now. If you out here with your kids in prom season, or if you going to the prom, you know what I'm saying? Just let us know.
Yes.
I want everybody to stay safe.
Yes.
If you Ramadan is coming to an end, so just thug it out.
We're almost there.
You know what I'm saying? You almost there. You know what I'm saying? Keep giving back to people as much as you
Yes.
can. Do the good work if you're in a position to give back. I'm not just saying go and just start giving all your stuff away, but if you're in a position to give back, definitely, give back to a few people.
Keep that positivity going.
Keep the positive energy going. This is episode 11.
Episode 11.
I am Jae Millz.
And I am Dana.
I love you. We love each other. You should love each other too. Thought I was gonna forget.
Yeah, I did.
We'll do a little something.
I did.
All right, we up out of here, man. Love.